Running, at its core, isn't complicated. It's just one foot moving faster than the other. No barrier to entry, no specialized gear, no reason required. But anyone who's actually stood on the pavement long enough knows you start because of a soft midsection or a medical report that made you go quiet for a few seconds. The motive doesn't matter. What matters is that once you step out, what happens next goes far deeper than anything you expected. Most people who quit early didn't quit because their legs gave out. They ran the numbers and decided the trade-off wasn't worth it. A few weeks in, the scale barely moves, and the internal dialogue starts. I went through all that for this? That's fundamental miscalculation. The real restructuring happens mostly when you are not running. After a month of constancy, your mitochondrial density, capillary networks, lipase active, the internal hardwares all undergo a silent rebuild. No progress bar, you can't feel it happening. And then one day, you notice 3 flights of stairs and you are not gasping. That 3 p.m. brain fog is just gone. You lie down at night and actually sleep. This isn't a reward for running. It's your body returning to a baseline it was always supposed to operate at. The people who quit during that window didn't go the wrong direction. They just left before the account cleared. Cost already paid, return never collected. Beyond the physical, something more hidden starts to shift. Running forces you into a situation that feels generally strange in the modern world. No teammates, no small talk, no input, just you and the road. You are so overfed with stimulation, notifications, feeds, background noise, that the moment the signal cuts, an inexplicable hollowness sets in. The hollowness isn't boredom. It's what it feels like when someone has spent so long avoiding themselves that they've forgotten how to just be there. Running forces that confrontation. Early on, it's rough. You had fused with the static, unfinished work, unanswered messages, low-grade anxiety, and that one problem you have cycling for weeks. The default move is just to plug in, put on a podcast, find a playlist, fill the gap. Nothing wrong with that, but if you always feel it, you miss what's actually on the other side. Once your heart rate finds its rhythm, something shifts. Those racing thoughts can't keep pace with the steady mechanical motion. They start to settle. Stink of muddy water. Keep shaking it and it stays cloudy. The repetitive movement of running acts like a slow filter. The noise sinks. When that mental space opens up, things surface, instincts that got buried under the daily grind. Judgments you couldn't exercise at your desk. The strategic that and you'd been staring at all morning, it opens up somewhere around miles too. Hard decisions aren't made in chairs. They are made on the road. No matter how long you've been at this, you'll hit that point. Breathing gets ragged. Legs start to drag. The brain generates 100 perfectly logical reasons to stop right now. I'm not feeling it today. One missing session won't matter. Nobody's watching anyway. Every reason sounds airtight. Every reason is real. And every reason is cover story. The gap between pushing through and stopping is usually about 3 minutes. Those 3 minutes are meaningless in isolation. But when that choice keeps repeating, it starts answering a very specific question. How do I treat myself when there are no witnesses, no consequences, and no cost to walking away? That answer is more revealing than anything on your resume or your highlight reel. It's not who you are when things are running smoothly, or when you perform as when the stakes are visible. It's who you are in the silence. No audience, nothing on the line. Character doesn't show up in the easy stretches. It accumulates in the moments where you could have stopped. Where nothing external pushing you forward, but something internal kept you moving anyway. That quality eventually overflows. It leaks into your work, your business, your relationships. When a deal stalls or a project hits a wall, you are drawing from the same reserve you built on the pavement at 5 a.m. when no one was watching. The people who can't hold their ground in the hard stretches aren't just built differently. They've been quietly conditioning that nerve what nobody could see. If you want to actually make weight management stick, the first move is changing the frame. Drop the word dieting. Replace it with the weight management. Not a word game, a completely different behavioral logic. Dieting is a campaign's thinking. It has a start date and an end date. You push until you hit a number, then you stand down. But that framing impels your current state is the temporary, something to escape, not something to operate from. The result is predictable. Hit the target, relax, drift back, start again. Weight management runs a different operating logic. No finish line. This is just how life works now. When the frame changes, the daily choices change with it from day one. Consistency beats intensity. Every time. 20 minutes a day outperforms the 2-hour sessions once a week. Not because of a calorie math, but because the frequency is how you program a rhythm. You are building something that doesn't require a cold start every morning. The goal is to reach the point where not running feels slightly off. Once you are there, pace and distance sort themselves out. And keep a private record. Not for social media, not for anyone else. Just a personal log of the moment where you could have stopped. Where quitting was easy and invisible. But you didn't. That record, over time, builds something no external validation can replicable. Opinions shift with the circumstance. Other people's assessments move with their own interest. But that log of quiet decisions, that's evidence. Hard evidence of who you actually were when it cost something.